We made it!
You have no idea.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful day, and it's here. We woke up feeling blessed and also very grateful. Good morning and welcome to your favorite family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Our most anticipated Thursday edition is here right with you. We love Thursdays specifically because we get all artsy and we have that chance to improve and pick up from where we left yesterday.
Yes. For us, success is not a goal to reach or a finish line to cross. It's a system to improve, an endless process to refine and continue tinkering away until it's Picasso. I like it.
Wow. Picasso? Really?
Yeah. That meme on social media.
Let's go Leonardo da Vinci, shall we? Now, that's why we show up every single day. We have really great vibes, we have matching energy, matching outfits.
I know, right?
Thank you so much for choosing us every single morning. We have really interesting stuff lined up for the next 1 hour, 45 minutes, so stay with us.
Yes, let's also take a look at who's in the kitchen, the bearded one, Mr. Mike Mescano, who is very obsessed about his beard this morning.
Okay, could you not do that this morning, Mike? Could you say hi to us?
It's not a mirror, Mike, it's a camera.
Hello, good morning. My name is Mike Mescano. It's great to be with you this Thursday morning. Have you seen the trailer for Thor, Love and Thunder? Well, it's Thursday, so it's a day for Thor. I don't think that was a trailer, that was a teaser. Mazino, have you seen it?
Well, it was actually a trailer. If you listen to the back end of it, you find, or maybe the reviews of it, you find exactly why they had to make that trailer that way. It's a very interesting story. I hope we get to talk about it tomorrow inside of the movies.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow is when we do that.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Well, good morning to you, Mike. Welcome. It's all good.
Good morning. It's great to be here, guys. What's with the Ashebi? Where would I go?
We're just coming from Winfrey's wedding.
Oh, is that what you
Remember that?
Whoa,
So we decided to...
Fun, though.
Did you play that game, by the way? The one with the drop-in paper?
They had lots of games, especially the after party, but we'll talk about it in private because Winfrey's parents must not know what happened.
As in, eh? That's all I'll say. Okay, now there's quite a lot to look forward to. My name is Titilayo Winson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Do remember now that you should follow us on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TBC because we'd like to see all of your comments. And also, we are at TBC Connect on all social media handles, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also on TikTok. Make sure that you are following already.
And once you're following us, just make sure you can watch us from absolutely anywhere. Get our mobile app into your devices. All your devices should have access to us, really. Google Play, iOS, no matter what you're using, you can watch us from anywhere.
Yes, indeed. Now, let's begin by letting you guys know what we have coming your way for a Artsy Thursday and Artsy Thursday. Before my daughter will correct me when I get home. We begin with Book Chart, and we have Olisa Umera joining us for the review of his book titled So You Want to Start a Business? The undiluted truth about starting and running a business from scratch.
I love that first chapter. It says entrepreneurship is hard. That is such a truth.
And then after that,
we have art display. Yeah, and we're going to be having a mini exhibition. And Nana Shonoiki is an art curator, founder and proprietor of Art Pantheon Limited, a woman of many hats, I have to say. Of course, on tech this morning, we always find something interesting to talk about. We are going to be having someone come join us to talk about auto tech this morning. And then joining us finally for a chat is Rodney Odinachuku Ume, popularly known as Rodney. So he's a content creator. He's certified social media influencer as well. He's famous for mimicking relatable scenarios of our day-to-day life. Can't wait to have him on the show.
You find this guy very interesting with all his content. It's quite funny and fun. Welcome for a Thursday edition. You are looking fantastic, Mike. You too, man.
Thank you.
Brilliant, Picasso. Yeah. Now for Thursday, I wanted to talk about this real quick.
Okay.
I'm not going to dive too much into it, but did you guys hear about the prize for nomination forms, or is it intent to run for presidency from the political stables now? First off, it's I think for the APC it's 100 million naira. For the PDP it's about 60 million naira. And the reason why I'm bringing this up,
SDP, which is the lowest, is about over 40.
Okay, so let's take that as a sample. 40 million naira, and you want to run for president.
Yeah.
Where are you going to find it as a youth?
President of what?
Of Nigeria. Come on, man.
Of Nigeria.
Yeah.
You too can run.
But 100 million naira is not that hard to get. Just get 100 people who have 1 million naira.
Oh, for real? Well,
yeah,
that's a good
if
idea.
you have 100 people that have a millionaire, you have 100
I agree with you, but let's be
Yeah.
honest. How many youths have access to 100 people with 100 millionaire? I mean, with 1 millionaire. Let's be factual.
Is it about access?
The way it seems,
Look,
Titi,
it is
look at
out
this.
of it is out of
It's
place.
cutting
Let's
out
not
the
start
youth.
safe. It is out. Yeah,
Mike,
don't call me that. It's
Mike,
entirely out of place. What are you saying?
Mike.
How can you be spending? Somebody comes, you have to pay back.
Yeah.
If you get a
Okay.
sponsor.
And how will you pay
Point.
back
How
if
will
you
you pay
do
back?
get into
What are
that
we
position?
saying? How can?
Point.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
good point.
it cuts out a lot
I
of...
hear you on that. I hear you on
well,
that. But if you have the strategic business mindset of getting that amount, really, it is possible.
It is not a
It is
fundraising
possible.
something. It doesn't follow. You are not going for a fundraising.
Mike.
It's not a seed. You're not raising capital from business.
It's not like as if
People
you're...
raise
funds.
Exactly. It's
You're
not
not
like-
raising
the
funds for
world for
business. You're not raising
different
funds for
causes.
charity. No. You are going to serve.
So
You
it
don't have
should
to
be...
pay that high to serve.
Exactly. You make it seem like as if it's a very
I think,
profitable
but
thing to
I like
be
where you
president.
came from. Like, which
Okay.
youth would really have 100 million?
Let's face it. It should be accessible by youth.
And
It's a
not-
democracy,
it
I
doesn't mean
think.
that you buy it doesn't mean sure there will still be primaries, so they will still not get a primary.
So the thing is, I don't think it was ever expected that a young person would have that amount of money in a bank account somewhere ready to run. It's expected that they garner enough followership, enough support from people, individuals, organizations, corporate bodies.
So I
to
see what
push
you're saying,
them
and you
forward.
do have a point, especially in this age of social media. You
Yeah.
can actually have one individual who
Exactly.
has the right heart, who says they want to run for president,
And then
and say,
people
hey,
rally
guys,
around him.
let's do
Yes.
this. We're the young people. That's an idea for you, by the way.
Yeah.
We're young. We can do this together, you know. But tell you guys what, there's plenty to talk about there, but we can't get too much into it. Let's do the weather, however.
Hello and welcome. This is the news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Kelly Egiga. Let's begin with security stories. As President Muhammadu Buhari says, the Boko Haram insurgency has neither religious nor ethnic underpinning, and with adequate education, majority of Nigerians now know the truth. President Buhari disclosed this when he received Karim Ahmed Khan, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court at State House, Abuja. He added that with concerted public enlightenment, it had become clear to the people that Boko Haram was a perversion of religion rather than Islamic ideology. President Buhari told the visiting ICC prosecutor that God is justice and it is absurd to kill innocent people in the name of God. He said the notion that Western education is unacceptable was very fraudulent, and that is why the federal government is fighting them and educating the people. The ICC prosecutor said extremism was like cancer, which spreads and can also recede, noting that what Boko Haram does in collaboration with Islamic State of West African province is perversion of religion. He urged Nigeria and other Sahel and Lake Chad basin countries to get the United Nations Security Council to refer the atrocities committed by the terrorist groups operating in the region to ICC for investigation and subsequently trial. Let's stay in the nation's capital, Abuja, where President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Hanire, to submit a progress report by the end of next month on the indigenous production of vaccines in the country. The President gave the directive while receiving the leadership of the Nigeria Integrated Biopharmaceuticals Industries Consortium, led by the Chief Executive Officer of FredLab. The President commended the consortium made up of European biotechnology companies who are collaborating with the Nigerian startup via Biopharma to establish a world-class biopharma industrial complex for the manufacturing of vaccines and essential therapeutics in Nigeria.
Increasing the capacity for in-country production of vaccines and medical supplies has therefore become a matter of not just urgency, but of national security. As we saw, many nations who had developed comparative advantages in being centers of biopharmaceutical productions adopted a me-first attitude towards securing their citizens. These actions place developing.
Now, away from that story, a total of 13 out of 19 Nigerians detained in various camps in Poland have been released. In a statement by the head of media, Public Relations and Protocols Unit, NITCOM, Balogun Abdulrahman, the Nigerians were released with the intervention of the Nigerian ambassador to Poland, Major General Christian, Ogo retired. According to the ambassador, among the 6 remaining in detention camps, one of them claimed that he is a Cameroonian because the mother is from Cameroon. He assured Nigerians that the mission will continue to do its best to ensure that the interests of Nigerians are well taken care of, despite the fact that they had been adequately briefed on the likely consequences of remaining as undocumented immigrants in Poland. It should be recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari had in March approved the evacuation of Nigerians, mostly students, trapped in the Russian-Ukrainian crisis back home.
Welcome back. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Today is Thursday, April 21st, 2022. Starting with News Direct newspaper today. APC 2023 presidential ticket says here aspirants to pay 100 million naira for nomination EOI forms. Rules out consensus. Buhari warns against imposition of candidates, and the NEC delegates powers to NWC to act for 90 days. Right at the top there, it says BOI announces 184.6 billion naira gross earnings in 2021. NAF to investigate cause of trainer aircraft crash in Kaduna. NITDA to commemorate World Creativity and Innovation Day. Page 2 has more on that. Darie Nyame, pardon in line with Constitution, will not derail anti-corruption war, according to Buhari. On fintech, Nigeria ahead of South Africa in venture capital as African startups get $5.2 billion in 2021. We have that on News Direct newspaper. We also have the Daily Independent newspaper with us this morning. And it says, outrage trails APC 100 million naira, 50 million naira presidential and Guba forms. Participation in election now business to earn profit, say lawyers. Say political parties have transformed to revenue collectors, and quite a few other comments. We're at risk of losing 2023 election, APC chairman says here. Laments supremacy battle between governors and predecessors. Party adopts indirect primaries. NEC cedes power to NWC. I'll deploy tougher measures in tackling insecurity, says Buhari. Page 5 has more on that. Let's see what else we have here. It also says here on COVID-19, Buhari gives minister deadline to submit vaccine production report and brace up ahead of 2023 polls. Chief Justice of Nigeria urges new judges. And that's all we have on the cover of the Daily Independent. And that's all we have time for on the headlines and the dailies. Let's head over for fitness, shall we?
And we couldn't be done with that earlier because Titi here is beginning to sweat.
Yeah, the workout was working.
Yeah, indeed. In any case, I've registered at the gym and I'll be starting today.
Okay.
On my way back, I'll be heading to the gym to go try and get this Buddha belly on track.
Which Buddha belly? Where?
Small.
Where?
There's one of our former producers who's a friend who, yesterday, she said she woke up and decided to work out. How did she decide to do it? By watching a video.
It's a start.
After workout. But she put the video, as the workout just started, she slept. Mama just got back on the bed, to view the video more. And 1 hour later,
she's asleep. It's a start. It's a start.
But working out, you need support. Especially if your partner is there, supportive enough. It's something you get into and you'll probably sustain.
That's why I'm going to be starting a team or a group of people on social media. You can join me and we can work out together. I'll let you guys know the details. But what's up and about for today? Let's talk about something very interesting, which you guys talked about also yesterday. Yeah. Everybody was looking fancy and beautiful at Rita Dominic's wedding.
Yes.
Also, one of the main points about her getting married is that she got married in her older years. Unlike,
older than usual.
Older than usual, unlike most celebrities or even individuals to this day. And that is what we want to talk about today. The question is, what's the impact of getting married in your older years? We have so many instances where marriages don't work out recently because this generation, our generation, rushed it's being thought so, into getting married.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got married?
23, I think.
That was very early. I was 33. How old were
So
what was I saying?
Mazino.
So maybe Mike has gotten it right.
Something,
Maybe if you get
something
married,
they worried this so man, you think that when you're married, it says just enter. No, sex doesn't just enter when you get married. That's just for
But Mike,
by the
maybe
way.
you are on track.
No, I'm
Maybe
not on track.
the older that
Honestly,
you are,
there are
you are more exposed to
Why
what
do you think I'll
life
get married?
really is.
Oh,
no.
why do you think I will?
Okay, permit.
So that's the point. The point is this: you need to life paths. There are no. We grew up in an era where it was a stage of life. You're done with school, you get a job, 2-3 years,
Boom.
you get married. It's almost like
A progression.
Primary
Yeah.
1 to primary 2. It
Yeah.
should happen.
Yeah.
But a lot of things, not everybody's meant for that.
True.
And a lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
I mean, you have countries where they even tell you that, we are there's too much population.
Like,
We'll give you money.
To calm down.
To calm
I
down.
hear you. Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's not, you don't have to. And we are coming to understand. Then we'd have pressure from your parents. Your parents tell her, if it's not yet that, we have one girl waiting for you. From
Exactly.
the village and all of that.
I'll show you a picture on
There was
Facebook.
that pressure. And
Wow.
all of that.
Are you seeing
But
that?
yes, but we are saying that no matter what, you cannot take away the importance of experience with life in any.
Exactly.
and I wanted to touch on that because I've always believed that if you are not a complete person, how do you expect to complete a union? You can't go in as half a person. You're not complete. You've not experienced
discovered
everything.
yourself.
You've
You
not
don't
discovered
absolutely
yourself.
discover
Yes,
yourself.
your purpose. You've not figured out what you want to be, who you want to be. How do you expect to help somebody else on their journey? A lot of people also tend to think that they will change on the journey. But the truth is, marriage is said to amplify who you actually are. And if, for instance, you've just not figured that out, then it's amplifying how empty
And you
actually
might not
are
be
as a person.
prepared
Yeah.
for that when it actually does make you blossom in whatever way,
Yeah.
whether good or bad.
but
You
so
might
So
not
the
be prepared for
advantage
that.
of going in a little later in life is because, there's a lot more maturity
No
involved.
surprises.
A lot more maturity.
But then at the same time, we've seen people who have gotten married very young and grew together.
Yeah,
And it
Yeah.
very
worked out
true.
for
That
them.
is not to be taken.
Which is why, as much as people want to say, there are no templates about all of this.
True.
So these people who grew together, who built businesses together, who learned life together, and it worked for them. There are some people still they're still in their sixth one. I mean, like Lord of the Rings, a.k.a. Jennifer
Narf.
Lopez.
Wow.
NBA
That's-
superstars.
And
That's
she went
exactly.
Back she went back to the
Yeah.
beginning.
Why I
actually.
love her
Yeah.
is that she has not given up on
She
love.
gives love a
True.
chance
I mean, this is
every
our what
single
now?
time.
Sixth
Sixth one.
engagement or
Yeah.
sixth marriage. She has more rings
then
than fingers she
there's
has in
another
one
thing.
hand.
What's the impact on our raising kids? Yesterday, somebody actually put out a picture of the mother of the girl who's embroiled in the sex scandal from the Christian schools.
Yeah.
And the person said, okay, like mother, like daughter. There were different pictures of her, being very fancy and all. And made note of the fact that we are, or what they termed the fact that we are raising TikTok kids.
TikTok
so,
children.
yeah, TikTok children. So,
I don't think we're raising TikTok
because
children
this
or
is
social
no,
media
let me
children.
land.
I think social media just happened to
because
come
in
about
our
at this
youth
time.
or expression of youth, we jump into marriage. We're still TikToking while we're married, and we are also pushing this to our children. We're putting them on social media. It's also impacting them whether you like it or not. If you were older, or if we got into marriage a bit older, where these things are not the core in life, we are perhaps
Okay.
more attuned to the essence of life itself.
Okay,
and
so-
that's what will be impacting on the next generation we're raising.
I hear you on that. But the truth is, technology is going to move forward with or without you, no matter how old you are. In the end, if you don't put your children on the path to understand how IT and technology work and understand that, in fact, social media has become your new CV. Later on...
I'm not targeting you. You're sounding like as if you're sounding defensive here, Titi.
I'm just trying to say that...
Look at my face.
I even put a post on earlier on today of the crypto bull. Even in finance, everything is changing.
Okay.
We have to adapt to that change.
This
And
year-
then not lose our morals in the process, but adapt to it.
I love what's up and about because we always start from one place and then by the time we're done, Titi takes us to another one. Totally different, but it's okay. Very relevant.
We'll just round up with this. There was a cleric who was talking about how his children and anybody around him will not have a phone till they're in university.
Yes, I saw that too.
And I was like,
How?
I saw that too. A bit
this
extreme.
phone, no, it doesn't mean you can have a phone without social media.
A bit extreme.
How?
Get them the old kind. Well, hey, what do you think? Tell us, okay? Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let's do a break. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back. And you're welcome. Let's do book chats this morning, and we have Olisa Umera join us for the review of his book titled, So You Want to Start a Business? The Undiluted Truth About Starting and Running a Daily Business, or rather a business from scratch. You are welcome, Olisa. Good to have you here. I like that you're repping, man. Where are you from?
From Anambra.
Anambra State, yes, there we can see. It's all good. Nice one. So, Olisa, before we started, I was very curious as to what it is you do for a living apart from being an author. What was that you said again?
Yeah, real estate.
You do real estate.
Yeah, real estate.
Was that in any way the reason why you thought of writing this book?
No.
It wasn't.
So basically, I mean, like I got lots of people asking me questions. How do I do this? How do I restart my business? How do I raise money? And I just said, okay, you know what? Just put all these answers in the book.
In the book, okay. So you're successful at what you do then?
Sorry?
You're successful at what you do?
Yeah, quite successful.
Okay, because that's the only reason why you want to tell people what to do, you know? So let's talk about your book now. Chapter 1, Entrepreneurship is Hard, period. Now, there's a lot of people who actually think that, I'm going to resign from this job, I'm going to go start my business. And you put it very, very succinctly inside of your chapter 1 that it is not easy.
Yeah.
The privileges are waking up in the morning and not having a boss hovering over your head. Whatever you want to do, you do. But then there's some challenges therein that people really don't know about. And you guys think it's easy. Trust me, I tried. And then Corona hit. Bam! But tell us about that chapter, especially that chapter 1.
So basically, I was just trying to tell my story. You know how I started. You know, I mean, I tried different things: network marketing, tried a laundry business while I was in school. I mean, tried different things basically, and then I discovered that most people get into entrepreneurship because of the facade. Like, I mean, they feel it's easy, just make money.
It gives you that big man
for the
status.
gram, exactly.
He has his own job. He has his own company.
So
type of thing.
I also had to tell it, you know, exactly the way it is. It's not easy, especially when you run a real business. So there's a difference between trading and running a business. So you have to deal with accounts, admin, you know, finance. You have to deal with sales, marketing. You know, a lot of things that you have to deal with. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, and I mean, and nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you could wake up one morning and then it's all
gone.
Yeah, exactly. So
Corona.
you have to have that mindset. You have to understand.
I keep referring to Corona because that's exactly what happened to me. You know, you don't expect that anything, you don't expect that the world is going to pause on you, and you have everything set up, and then booyah, it hits you in the face like a Mack train, and then you're like, what just happened? And you're left there like,
exactly.
You know, most of these are your personal experience. In chapter 5 here, which is how to survive when your business hasn't started paying, there is this chapter here where you say, heck, I even had to sell my mother's used generator once because I had exhausted my options for money. At least she knew why I did what I did. I wasn't doing it to splurge. I was doing it to help my business.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience.
So, so at that point in time, I was trying to learn online marketing and stuff, and then I had to pay for tools. So email marketing tools, you know, ads and all that.
Yeah.
And I basically didn't have money, you know, and then, you know, that generator was just, you know,
sitting down there
and doing nothing. And I said, okay, you know what, I might just sell this thing. And the moment I thought of it, I started looking for who would buy it. And some of these guys that buy...
I don't condemn.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was just hearing one of them pass, and I just called him and I sold it.
Yeah.
And some days later, she found out.
Wow.
And then, you know, I had to explain and all that. But it's all part of the story. I just went to be successful. Anything to be successful. Anything legal to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So now you're successful, but in chapter 9 you also had to tell that you had to start over. And most businesses would actually go through that phase, and most people would say, you know what, I'm done with this, let's go back into paid employment. For most people who go through that, it is the end of their story. But what advice, especially taking from excerpts from your book, do you have for individuals who might be experiencing that and are about to throw in the towel?
So the thing about business is there are a lot of, you know, what do we call it now, landmines, there are a lot of, you know, hurdles. And so it's like every time you're facing one hurdle. So I understand that no matter how successful you are, there's always something in front trying to, you know.
A challenge.
You know, exactly. So it's just, I mean, somewhere in chapter 1, I talked about mental toughness, you know.
Okay,
so you just have to be mentally tough all the time. So
like that should be the first thing that you're actually conditioning for.
Exactly. So once you're mentally tough, you know, no matter what comes your way, you just keep looking for new ways to surmount your challenges. And if one business happens to, you know, pack up, right? You just have to find or look for the next thing, you know. And There are businesses that you start and then you will know that, you know, the economy would always need these businesses, like real estate, for instance. So you just have to keep innovating, looking for how to, you know, improve. And
innovation is actually a very key factor when you're starting a business.
I mean, if you don't innovate, you die.
How long has the book been out?
2 years.
2 years. So you want to start a business. Now, from the 2 years, the past 2 years, and everybody who has read this book, what is your best experience that you've heard from any reader?
So, the common thing I've heard is I've read it twice, I've read it 3 times, I've read it 5 times. And the way I write, I mean, I write like I'm talking to you. So
very true. I actually liked that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's easy to read. And I didn't try to, you know, motivate or do anything. I just tried to tell my story. And people have read it severally. So when I hear them say, I've read it 4 times, I'm like, oh, I mean, that's
very relatable.
That's fulfilling, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And that's what I thought myself when I read it. I'm not done yet. I'm still at the very final page. It's only just started yesterday, and I'm not a fast reader. But I find it very, very relatable. That's one thing. And the fact that you're talking from experiences and things that everybody else has gone through, especially people who are, who have tried 1, 2, or 3 businesses. I can't tell you how many I've tried. But yeah, so you would advise who to have this book?
So anyone who wants to start a business.
Obviously.
And anyone who is already in business, but, I mean, they just can't figure out so many things. I mean, there's legal, there's account, there's taxes, you know. Some people want to know what kind of business should I register, a business name or a limited company. I wrote something about that there, you know. So if you're new in business, if you've started a business, you know, or you want someone else's, you know, perspective, then you should read the book.
Yeah, I also want to commend the fact that it is very nicely printed. Fantastic. I don't know who your publisher is, but...
Yeah, Warrital.
Who?
Warrital.
Warrital.
Yeah.
But they did a good job. There's certain books you look at and then you're scary. They look scary to you. They're like, I can't read that book. It's not that because of the size, but just looking at the book, this is a very friendly approach to getting people to actually read stuff. Yeah. And one thing that you mentioned, which I found very, very interesting, is the fact that you are not motivating anybody. That's something most people who are writing books about themselves need to learn. And I'm thinking that, you got that right from the start. People always like to take the past, brush over the ugly parts and recycle it for more than it's worth.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, you didn't do that. I made mistakes, I put them down here. I'm not telling you that, hey, your life is going to be grand and all of that.
Rosy,
It's not rosy, but I'm not going to preach to you about it, you know, and that's fantastic. Well, very, very interesting, Olisa. Now, apart from this, are we looking forward, because you write so well, are we looking forward to any other efforts?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to write something on real estate, but I just thought I should, you know, hold on a bit. But something else on entrepreneurship is going to come, you know. I mean, I just need to have a lot more experience, you know. You know, maybe 10 years, I don't know, 5 years, maybe. Okay,
that's good. Well, in the meantime, this is plenty enough, and we're going to enjoy this for, a while to come. Thank you very much, Elisa. I also implore people out there to try and find that one and read it. So you want to start a business. It's very relevant to our time and our age right now when everybody's thinking about starting a business. Yes, it's the best thing to do, but get ready. Condition your mind, like Olisa has said.
Exactly.
It's going to be tough. But strap in, don't worry, you'll get to the end of it. Thank you very much, Olisa. And thank you for joining us for the book chat. Do stay tuned. Let's do a bit of fact-finding, and we'll be back.
All right. Good morning, and welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen on a Thursday. Chef Ify, it's great to see you.
Thank you. Good morning.
It feels like it's been forever.
February. I was at February.
February. Well, okay, yeah, we're actually almost in May now, so it has been quite a bit. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, all right, talk to us about what we're making today.
So today I'm making mayo bread sandwich, vegetable bread sandwich.
Vegetable
bread sandwich.
Bread sandwich. All right, fantastic. We have some ingredients here that some of you might have lying around your kitchen that you might use to make this as well. Let's start with the bread, of course.
Yes.
Any bread? No specifics on the bread?
Any bread at all.
Okay, all right, fantastic.
Yes.
Then you have, of course, eggs, onions, carrots, tomato. You have cabbage, cucumber, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. All right, so if you have any of these or all of these lying around your kitchen, you might be able to put something like this together yourself. Why not make a video of yourself and use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC when you post it so we can see it. We're actually really excited about the next Wake Up Nigeria cookout that's coming up very, very soon. And yeah, we'd love to see your videos.
Bye,
So now I can see you've done quite a bit of prep.
Yes.
What have we done with
That's
the carrots?
Carrots, grits.
Grated?
Yes.
Grated carrots. Did you
Grated
wash
carrots.
before the grating
Yes,
or
of
after
course,
the
you
grating?
wash with salt or with lemon.
Oh, aha.
Yes.
Salt,
Or vinegar if you have.
lemon, vinegar.
Yes.
But
any
why
of
do you
those.
use those? Why do
For
you
the
use them?
jams, just for the jams.
Okay, all right,
Yes,
fantastic.
and for the cabbage also.
So you added, was it lemon or vinegar?
Salt. I usually use salt.
You used salt to wash it. All right, fantastic. So you grated the cabbage, you grated the carrots.
Yeah, but you can actually chop or slice.
So this looks like a lot of cabbage. Was this up to half of a standard cabbage, or was it more than half?
No. Just, let's say half.
Okay.
Half of
A cabbage.
not so standard.
Okay. All right then. So we also have cucumber here.
Yes.
All right. So what are we going to be doing with
We're
the
going to be
cucumber?
chopping a bit.
All right. So maybe we should start getting to that.
Yeah.
Chopping the cucumber. You know, some people don't like to see the seeds of the cucumber.
Yes, you have to remove it.
You're going to remove it? Or I could show us how you plan to remove those seeds so that anyone that hasn't done it before can see. So I actually like the seeds of the cucumber.
If you are eating
Oh,
it,
this is interesting.
if you're eating,
Okay. Oh, so that's what you do.
yes.
Fabulous. That was very quick. I was already thinking of how are you going to get all these
No,
things out. But isn't that like a lot of cucumber?
No, there's no, you
Wasted?
can see there's nothing there.
All right,
So
all
you
right.
still have your,
Okay, fantastic. So what happens next with this
so just
cucumber?
dice little by little and then we chop.
Aha. So this is very rectangular.
Yes, just like julienne, yeah.
Fantastic. Fabulous. Okay,
Just
we have the ingredients one
chop.
more time on your screen. Eggs, bread, onion, carrot, tomato, cabbage, cucumber, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Very simple, very easy to do. I can see that we have some eggs here.
So we are going to be boiling that.
Aha.
Then we'll mash.
I was actually going to ask that next. So for that, we have some water already on the heat. But have you put the heat on yet? Not yet?
Yes.
So do we put the eggs in now?
Yes, we boil for just 10 minutes.
All right, so put the eggs in before the water gets hot, people. Before the water gets hot, put the eggs in and let it boil with the water. So
minutes.
I'm saying this
Just
because...
for 10 minutes.
I'm saying this because there was actually a particular occasion where someone I know boiled the water first, then put the eggs in.
It will overcook.
It'll overcook.
Yes.
Really?
So if you are boiling together like this way,
Yeah.
just boil for 10 minutes so that you have the yellow
On the
yolk
inside.
still inside, yes.
All right.
Because some people boil egg and when you open it, the inside is already black or brownish
Yeah.
color. So
Yeah. All right. 10 minutes only on the boil.
to keep to your time.
We are still dicing away at the cucumber, but we have quite a bit more to show you a little later on. Let's take a quick break and be back with more. Thanks, Chef Ify.
It's Thursday morning, you know how we do it, art display. And we have quite an interesting guest this morning. We have Nana Sonoiki. Now, she's an art curator, the founder and proprietor of Art Pantheon Limited. Now, she is a woman of many things. I know when you hear art curator, trying to understand what exactly is an art curator. Well, she's here to answer that and much more. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Good morning.
We're going to start straight with that. What do you mean by curating or curation of art?
Thank you. Curating art is actually a whole process. It's not just an act. It starts from conceiving the idea for a project or an art exhibition. It goes from selecting the works, photographing the works, framing the works, installation of the works or mounting up the exhibition. If it's a project and it has to go offshore, then it entails you packaging, hat handling, and moving works from one continent to the other. Yeah, so it's a whole process that can't be stopped, and it's continuous. For a curator, especially if you also have a gallery, you go from one project to another project, from one exhibition to another exhibition. So it's a continuous project.
Now, so are we saying that a curator is needed when there is an exhibition? Without an exhibition, do I still need a curator?
Absolutely. A curator's work is not limited to an exhibition.
Okay.
You can curate the works in your private home.
Oh, okay.
You can decide that this month I want to have so theme. And then you create that theme in your house. So you can also be your own curator. You don't have to hire a curator. But if you're very busy and you think, okay, I like what this person does, you could bring in the curator
I
into your
want
home.
you. I want a professional touch, so I wouldn't curate myself.
Yeah, so you could ask in a curator to come in, look at your collection and say, okay, for this period, for a certain number of months, we're going to have this set of works up.
Oh,
and then after that, you take it down. So your guests come into your house and they're like, oh, the last time I didn't see this. I saw something else.
Wonderful.
So you're curating your private collection.
I like that. Okay, now let's see a shot of this set. Let's do a little bit of curating now, right?
Okay.
Okay. So we had to put some of the artworks we have, collections. These, of course, are artworks from different artists that have come on the show, and we have this. Now, there's something you mentioned. Talking about art and space. You said art needs space. Why so?
Art loves to breathe. They're just like humans. They love to breathe. And you need to be able to communicate with your art.
Okay.
So if you put an artwork in a certain place, now let's take, for example, what we have up there.
What we have up there, okay. Let's...
Imagine if you have another big artwork on the other side. It becomes a bit clumsy and too busy to the eye. And then you want to leave this. And every time you come, let me say this. Every time you see an artwork, you must see something different. You must. That's a good art.
Every single time
you see it, you would definitely see something different.
Okay.
So you come in, you stay here, and you're looking, okay, this is the lantern. Let's look at it. And then the next time you come, it's probably the color. But when you have so many, so close to each other, it becomes clumsy. You can't have a communication with your art.
Wow.
And you should be able to communicate with your art.
Okay.
So that's why I say, and we say as curators, that art needs space.
Art needs space. Okay, I want you to look at the screen so that we can see this whole set. And let's try and curate our set a little bit, yeah? What would you add, what would you remove from our set as you can see it now? Let's look at it this way as you're seeing now. What would you do if you were to curate? What would you do?
I'll probably take the plant off. I'll probably take the plant off. Have the books segmented onto one section, and I could have all the art pieces in a particular, in one
so you don't
of
like
the
all
cabinets.
the books in different places. You would rather have all the books in one place.
I'd rather have them together. If you have philosophy books, I have my philosophy books. If you have your art books, you have your art books on one section. If you have your medical books, you have your medical books on one section.
Oh.
Now, this is what it does to you.
Okay.
If you want to go to your philosophy book, you're not busy looking, scouting around and sweating to get a book. You already know where your philosophy books are.
But someone might say that it is
Yes.
not a library. I'm putting this for aesthetic purposes.
Yes.
What if is that because
I like when my art are just on their own and they're breathing. Now, when you have, let me say this to you. When you're having a group exhibition and you have 4 or 5 different artists, you don't mumbo jumbo every work together.
Okay.
You
so
probably
want them to
segment.
classify
So you
that
get to this
grouped.
point, this is this artist's works here. This is this artist's works here. It's not a law that you couldn't mix them together, but it's just that it's pleasing to the eye and it's easier to communicate with those works.
Okay, wonderful. How about a case of where we see wooden display?
This is absolutely fine. This
It
is
is.
African. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's
I leave
nice.
my clap for yourself. This is nice,
It's
beautiful.
nice,
All right.
yes.
And then, okay, well, so if it's a chair as it is now and all of that, we have this thing with Wake Up Nigeria. We have different kinds of, throw pillows as it were. Would you change anything?
I probably won't change. Maybe what I will do is turn the straw pillow to a beaded one. Then it becomes a bit more arty. It's not just the flowers, but there are beads, there are some ornaments on it.
All right,
That's
now
what
wonderful,
I'll probably do.
wonderful. Now there was something you mentioned much earlier, also transportation or transporting art. It's an art to transport art.
It's absolutely an art.
What does one need to put in mind when you are transporting art?
In a layman's terms, it's called art logistics, moving art. But what you must consider is the nature of the artwork, the type of the artwork you're dealing with.
Okay.
The way you're going to wrap or pack this art is totally different from the way you're going to pack a canvas. So you have to put the delicate nature of each art into being, and then you pack accordingly. Some works just need a bubble wrap and probably sliding into a carton.
Okay.
Some needs a proper crating, where you have a wooden crate made for them. If they're glass. So the nature of the art now tells you how to pack the art and transport the art.
Okay, let's talk about some of the most memorable art transfers or art logistic movement that you've done that come to mind now.
Having worked with an auction house for 13.5 years before I went to set up Art Pantheon, I had to transport art every minute of the day. But the most memorable for me was transporting Pejo Alatishe's works to the Venice Biennale last year. It was really a massive project for me.
Where did you transfer? From where to where?
The works were moved from Pejo's studio in Okwaja to Venice in Italy.
In Italy?
Yes.
Wonderful. I would also, you made mention of an art auction or a bid or something. That would be something to be
Absolutely.
in, you know, and then bid for some artworks that way. But hey, you do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
For
Thank you very
giving
much.
us an expose. So how would you rate our art setup now? Over 10, what would you rate it?
I'll give you 8 over 10.
8 over 10?
Yes.
We're doing well.
But don't worry, maybe we'll do something again and revamp. And you can have different studio setup for different things.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Giving us some insight into what we can do better. Thank you very much.
Thank you
All right,
very
that's
much.
it. Hope you're able to pick up something. I would say don't curate your art. Call a professional art curator so that you can get the best from your art. Let's head over to the kitchen now. The art of making food is laid bare all there.
All right, now Chef Ify and I have been hard at work trying to put things together. Hopefully you're able to follow along. Chef Ify is making a special vegetable sandwich for us this morning. Now, in case you missed it, there were specific ingredients she brought to us to put together. Now, you can still see some of them, possibly. Carrots, cabbage, tomatoes. There's green pepper there as well. Some onion, tomato is already diced, cucumber diced as well. All right, so maybe you want to use the bigger bowl, no? Or is that enough? Or you want a bigger bowl? Okay,
Yeah,
all right. I will see what I can do about that in a second. But what are you mixing into that mayonnaise? What are you...
Milk.
Milk?
Yes.
What sort of milk are we talking about?
Any milk at all. Well, I'm using powdered milk.
So wait, mayonnaise and milk.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So the menu is right there. The list of ingredients you need is right there. Hopefully that helps you, you know, just go around your kitchen, just see what you have and try and throw something together. We're always trying to encourage you to use what you have in and around your kitchen to make it happen. So this morning you're probably thinking about something different to eat. Mayo vegetable bread sandwich might be a great option for you. All right, let me see if I can get this bowl to you very quickly. So how are the eggs doing? How are they doing? How are they doing? Are they boiled?
Yes.
So we started boiling these at 45, and I think it's about 55 now. Okay, let's see. All right. Fabulous. Now we have our bowl. Okay, let me just dry the bowl a little with some tissue.
Thank you.
But what are we doing with the eggs now? How are we going to cool them down?
Cold water.
Cold water. I wish we had some ice, though.
Yeah, magnesium.
I wish we had some ice.
And salt.
And salt. So I'm going to talk a bit about that milk again. The milk and mayonnaise, goodness me. Feels like a lot of calories, my sister. I have to tell you. I'm very afraid of calories.
Just a little.
Calories and I do not mix.
Just a little milk.
All right, so now we have our bowl ready. Now we can mix in the ingredients. So is everything going into one bowl?
Yes.
All right. All right, let's do the mixing quickly. A spoon for you?
Fork.
A fork? No, let's just use this for now. All right, let's use this for now because of time. I just wanted to see all the mixing happen. So a bit of the cabbage is going in. Are we going to put in all the carrots or just a bit?
Let's just watch.
And then we have our green tomatoes,
Yes,
onions,
cucumber,
green peppers.
pepper.
So you're leaving the cucumber to last. Why?
You can just mix everything. Just the way I'm holding
I
it.
was worried that maybe the cucumber might have some issues, but I can see it's looking very colorful, and of course your preparation at home might be looking this colorful as well by now. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more. Still Wake Up Nigeria. All right.
Now, the word to describe Wake Up Nigeria is actually refreshing. That's the word. The first 1 hour and 45 minutes, or rather the first 1 hour of every single show, that's exactly what you can define it by. It's the best breakfast show on Nigerian television anyway, so hey, how else should you?
Why is it so refreshing, though?
Well...
The anchors. Thank you. We make it so. Okay. Am I being a bit too?
No. Modesty has no place here.
Wow.
If you don't blow your own horn, who's going to do it?
I think it's refreshing how we look today, by the way. I think we look good. Thank you so much for encouraging us to put on these outfits today. Olamide. Now, the chef has been really awesome. We have a colorful sandwich on the way for us as well. We also have an amazing array of guests as well. And hey, time is, I think time
is
going
really not our friend. Today's show ran like that. I couldn't believe that we're already inside the next 45 minutes, the last one. But not to worry, it is enough time for us to add a splash of sunshine and some colors into your Thursday.
Yeah, especially the color purple.
Yeah.
Every moment,
we're not done with that yet.
Yeah. I'm taking a cue from you, actually.
It's all good.
We had a curator earlier, and just so you know, every minute is curated just for you.
Yes, indeed. Oh, it's the delight of being on your TV screen, spreading nothing but love and also good tidings all the way up until just before 9 o'clock.
My name is Titilaya.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. You want to remember that you can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a big part of the breakfast show here.
Yeah. Remember, you can also watch us live absolutely free from absolutely anywhere across the world. Our mobile app is available on Android and, of course, iOS.
Yes, indeed. All right, now, we also implore you guys that you should follow us on social media, by the way, just in case you haven't, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We are at TVC Connect. It is that simply.
We're going to be celebrating you and your loved ones in a bit. Birthday shout-outs. We also have a tech discussion. Benjamin Arinze is going to be joining us on set to talk about something really interesting we found in the tech space, especially with automobiles. And of course, for a chat, we'll be having Rodney Odinachukwu is going to be here with us, popularly known as Rodney, content creator, certified social media influencer, someone who is really famous for mimicking relatable scenarios of our day-to-day life. It's going to be really interesting having him on set. All right, so we're counting down to the Wake Up Nigeria cookout.
It's almost here, what now? 9 days?
Yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah.
The first edition was a banger. A real banger, I must say. I enjoyed myself. We had the carnival
it was
feel.
Yeah.
So
I
didn't have the privilege of bringing my daughter the last time because she was engaged with my wife. But this time she actually says that she must be here.
Yeah.
And first off, at the TVC grounds, which is what I like to call it, it's a very, very friendly environment. And even your kids can come along because there's plenty of space for them to play and it's very, very secure. So if you want to bring them on to cheer you on, please do feel free. My daughter will be here. You get to meet Rain Appeal. She'll be signing autographs. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But do bring the family along because that's what it is, exactly what Mike said. It is a carnival type of environment and feel that we're adding to the Wake Up Nigeria cookout. And if you haven't gotten your entries in already by now, you might be too late, but there's still enough chance. How do they do that again?
You need to just create a video of yourself cooking. You're always doing shakara for all your family members. Show us all that genge that you have in your kitchen. Put it on camera and tag us with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria Cookout. And of course, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Tag us at TVC Connect. Follow us as well, of course. And you never know.
Don't do too much genge. We are not giving you guys work.
This one.
Just do a video.
Yeah, this one is going to be, it has a little twist to it. So you're going to come with nothing and you can go back home with some prizes and 100,000 naira as the winner. That's a big one. So,
huge.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
We are.
We just take this time out and when we get back, it's auto and tech. Thank you for staying with us. Today we're talking auto and also a bit of tech. We have Benjamin Arinze, the MD of JB Autos this morning. It is great to have you. You are welcome. Great to have you. All right. So you have been in the auto business for what now? For how long now?
Yeah, I've been in the auto business for 15 years.
For 15 years. So that means that you've seen the evolution of cars. You've been there right from the beginning and all of that. Let's talk about the business, the evolution of cars, how it has moved, how people relate when it comes to buying of cars and all of that. As a businessman or as dealing with autos, how have you seen it evolve?
Okay, the car manufacturing companies have evolved in installing great features in cars because they have seen that most people these days don't really just go buy a car or a car that will move them from point A to point B. People look for comfort, safety, and also they consider cost. So manufacturers have seen what people really want, and they try to install great features in cars. So not just consider the cost, but comfort and safety too.
I like that. I like that because we've seen cars where these days where you have car seats that, you know, they adjust to how the person.
Yeah, most cars they come with massage features.
Talk to me about that.
You know, if you're negotiating a bend, if you're in certain cars, if you're negotiating a bend, the car, you will not just bend like this. The car seat will adjust you back to your normal position. Yeah, it comes with such features.
Wow.
So I don't want to mention the car name or all that. So, but these are great features that comes with recent cars. It massages you, and it adjusts you back to your default position.
It's already giving you massage while you're inside.
Yes, yes. You can turn on the massage features, and you get massage.
Wow, that would be that is something quite cool. When it comes now, you mentioned something talking about cost. When people want to go buy cars, do they have already what they want to buy, or do you get to tell them about the features in different cars before they make up their mind?
Okay, first, people already know what they want. And when someone walks up to you to buy a car, try to listen to the person. Understand what the person wants. People go for cars with different features and different purposes. Some people go buy cars that are very fast. Some people come for fast cars. Some people come for cars that have great luxury features. So you need to understand what the person wants so that you can know options to give the person. So most people they're just after sales. Okay, I just want to sell this. Okay, some people want a car with 4-cylinder. Some want 6-cylinder. Some want 8-cylinder. You cannot try to sell 4-cylinder car to someone who wants a V8, a V8 engine vehicle. Because he knows what he's looking for. He wants performance. So some want comfort. Some want very cost-effective, fuel-efficient.
Efficiency. That's one that is big quite here. People are, in fact, most of the time, I think that people want to think about fuel efficiency before they even think of a car. For the average man, that is.
Yes.
All right. So now, let's talk about security features in cars that you've sold. What are the updated security? Because I know that security has been quite an issue as the country is now. What are the latest or the recent security features that you can see in cars that people want to get?
Okay, there are great security features that has been developed in cars, like the anti-collision sensor. So if you're approaching an obstacle certain kilometers away, the car warns you, beeps. There's a sound that comes up from the car that warns you a collision is ahead. And some recent cars now are installed with a laser. So the car tells you what is ahead of you. The car tells you can talk to the car. Alexa, I am hot. Can you turn down the temperature a bit?
I like doing your smile because I like this.
And another great safety feature that has been developed in cars is the anti-braking system.
Anti-braking system?
Yes.
Okay.
Automatic braking system.
How does that work?
So if you're approaching a very serious obstacle that can lead to deployment of the airbag, the car automatically brakes, stops.
Is there a challenge with that thing? Because I'm thinking that, what if, the thing with technology, the car, what if the car malfunctions and, that is a sensor? There's sometimes when your phone and your laptop can malfunction and then they see something that is really not there. What if maybe you're on speed and then the car senses that there might be something that needs it and that thing is not there and then it brakes automatically? Is it okay to give full automated control to a car in that kind of way?
Okay, before a sensor malfunctions, it warns you. What most people don't take note of is the certain warnings popping up in the instrument cluster.
Oh, okay.
So while you're driving, you need to pay attention to your instrument cluster. If there is a sensor that is going to malfunction, the instrument cluster tells you and warns you ahead. But sometimes we neglect those warnings, but they are very important.
Yeah.
A sensor cannot just malfunction like that. it must have started warning you, okay, this sensor is faulty. Visit your workshop, visit a mechanic. But we tend to ignore it most times until the car stops or breaks down completely.
Finally, let's just talk about car maintenance and all of that. We know that some people wait until it has gone to the final stage and all of that. How often should one engage, especially when it comes to all these kind of automated cars, cars that are technology drives them and all of that. How often should maintenance be in such luxury cars?
Okay, I think it depends on how you use your car.
Okay.
It depends on how you use it. Okay, if you drive your car every day, you should regularly visit your mechanic or the workshop for not just to fix a fault, not until there's a fault.
Okay.
You could just drive in some weekend and do a general checkup of your cars. And if any sensor or device is faulty, you will replace it or fix it. So you're not gonna have issues with your car. Most people say this brand is this brand is that, not good. But it depends on how you're using your car. If you treat your car well, your car is like your wife or your babe. If you treat your car well, the car also will treat you well, and you enjoy your car.
I like that.
So some people, car is not just what will take you from point A to point B. Like for me now, whenever I'm down or depressed, I just go into my car, just drive around.
Wonderful.
Just play some good music. And by the time you're back, by the time you're back to your house,
you feel better.
You feel better.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. It was great having you talk to us about this. At least we'll take just that one, that the car is your wife. Treat you well, it will treat you well back.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. All right, that's all. I hope you're able to pick one or two things there. We'll take this time out now. Don't go away. There's still much more to come on the show.
All right, then. It's time for us to celebrate you and your loved ones on birthday shout-outs. Now, if you know us right here on Wake Up Nigeria, we know that we're all about birthdays, all about celebrating you and your loved ones. And if you haven't made that phone call yet, make a phone call to that special person and tell them how much you appreciate them, especially on their special day. If you would like to send in birthday shout-outs for us to talk about right here on the show, all you have to do is send it to us on our social media pages. You can just tag us at TVC Connect. And once you do, and put in the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and we'll just add you to our list of weekly birthday shout-outs. Now, as soon as you do that, your family and friends are going to be buzzing you like, oh, I saw your birthday shout-out on Wake Up Nigeria. Ha!
Special time of year for many of our viewers, and let's already tell you what we have for our final segment here. We've been joined for a chat by Rodney Odinachuku. I think I got that right. Ume as well, known popularly as Rodney. That's Rodney with a 0 and a 3. Now, he's a content creator and also a certified social media influencer who is famous for mimicking relatable scenarios of our daily life. And Mr. Rodney, you are welcome. Good to finally have you here.
Well, thank you very much.
First off, I'm a fan. Let me put it straight to you already. In fact, I contacted you and said, hey, let's have a chat here on Wake Up Nigeria. But I do know that you are not resident in Lagos. You're resident where exactly?
In Abuja.
You're in Abuja. Okay, so why are you in Lagos currently?
I'm in Lagos. I think I have some things I'm working on.
Okay.
Yeah, some things that I'm using to promote my social media.
So we're going to talk about that very soon, and you're going to be very honest with us. But let's talk about your social media efforts. First off, you're a TikToker, you're a content creator. I don't know whether to put you in a space as a comedian. Would you say that you are a comedian as well?
Yeah, I don't know whether to call myself a comedian because basically the kind of content I produce is something that everybody can relate to. And at that point, I'm not like saying I'm trying to make you laugh or I'm just trying to connect to people in the outside world, try to relate with them, make them to like feel what I'm feeling and they will know that, okay, everybody is going through this kind of thing and like, okay, if you can laugh about it,
let's carry on. Well, it's very interesting because you do have a point there. It's very ordinary, everyday things that happen. But people find it very, very funny. I remember the one about the mosquitoes, the guy sucking blood and then the one who's singing your ears. And I'm like, that's just funny stuff. And it's very, very true. You also seem to have a knack for taking instances from secondary school and making them relatable to people who are even older than that phase of life. Yeah. Is there a particular reason why that premise is something that you always go for or that you use as part of your content?
Yeah. No, usually content creation, it takes a lot of deep thoughts and stuff like that. But like finding a way to connect with the audience, and like my goal is not just to connect to the youth, it's to connect to every other person. And like considering that secondary school is like the longest
phase of your life that you don't want to be in.
longest phase of your life in the education sector, and like everybody has passed through secondary school. There are even people who are still in secondary school. So like if I produce content that is based on like the secondary school scenario, it's like people who are in secondary school will relate to it.
Very true.
People who pass through secondary school also relate to it, so that it's going past just the youth and also like the older generation.
Older generation as well.
So like that's my goal.
Okay, so who do you think form the core part of your followers? How many followers do you have? Let's start with on Instagram, for instance.
On Instagram, I have like 240K.
Okay, and you're also on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And how many do you have on that?
3.3 million.
3.3 million. Who are the people that follow you?
Yeah, people that follow me, most of them are teenagers, adolescents. So
you can see the influence I'm dragging at now with the secondary school scenarios that you always use. And that means that they are actually, you're a role model, let's put it that way. Very, very fun. Most of your, the stuff that I find hilarious on your content are often the secondary school bits. They just make me laugh like head over heels. Now let's get back to that very first question I asked you. I asked you why you're in Lagos. You have 3.3 million followers on TikTok. Quite a number on Instagram, where you're verified as well, if I'm not mistaken. However, how is this working for you, first off, as a student, because I believe you're still a student of the University of Abuja. What are you studying, by the way?
Yeah, political science and international relations.
Political science, okay. So how is that working for you as an influencer? Is it making the money?
Surely. Yeah, if like the money aspect, the money is coming.
How much money is coming?
It's enough.
Enough to say, what am I doing with this education?
No.
I mean, because that's where the world is.
Got into that.
Content creators are making a killing. They're building houses. They're doing everything for their parents, and then their younger ones, they're buying cars every single day. What's the point of the education? Why are you suffering through your final year of university?
Yeah, it depends on, like, I won't say like I'm the whole like pronounced content creator. I would say like I'm still like in the growing phase. So like the money I'm making, I won't say like it's really, really big that will make me to want to quit school and stuff like that. I consider it like money like you make from something. If like you have a side hustle that you're doing, that kind of thing, that's the kind of money like you'll be making, at least for my level now. Yeah, so like I won't say that, okay, I've made so much money that yes, I want to quit school, I don't need school again. Because even if I'm making that kind of money, surely like in the future and I'm still in school, I still need to get that degree.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to put you on the spot and make you tell us who your best content creators are, even as a content creator yourself. In a moment, we'll be showing you some of his material, some of his kits. So you just stay tuned and you get to understand why exactly I'm a big fan of Rodney here. But if I was to ask you, it's a big industry now. Everybody's creating content every single day. They're grabbing from life instances, or they're making up things that you've never seen before. I think a guy called Marigold is somebody I also have on my radar because he makes pranks, and pranks are a new thing. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But who would you say are your best creators so far?
My best content creation on TikTok, there's a guy called Jeremy Lynch.
Okay.
He's a football, do I say football trickster?
Okay, okay.
And he also creates content.
What about Nigerian? What Nigerian ones do you follow? Do you find interesting?
Yeah, Elozonam.
Elozonam?
Yeah.
We've had him on the show here. I think he's fantastic as well.
He's a very good content creator.
Yeah.
Who else?
Give me one more. Anybody.
Okay. Let me think.
Anybody at all? Anybody that comes to mind?
Someone that comes to mind. Let's
let me not put you on the spot. Who?
Instagram-wise?
It's okay. Let me put you on the spot. Let's do a one of your material,
Okay.
and then when we come back, we'll talk more with Rodney. Check this out. In just about a bit, I think we're loading that one. So let's just hang on a second, and then we'll get that one to you. Okay. So now let's get back to content creation here in Nigeria. Now, if we're in 2021, do you think that further from now, we're going to have a situation like I described, where you would need no other source of income but to be a content creator? You think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think like content creation is going to be the future. The way it's going, because like I don't think content creation has gotten the kind of attention that it has been getting.
Okay.
From the start of lockdown. It was like it's from lockdown that everybody was at home and then want to kill boredom and stuff like that. So like from there, everyone is on the internet.
Yeah.
And the amount of content that was produced during that 2021 has made a lot of people to still be on that internet.
Exactly.
Looking for.
I couldn't agree with you more. You're absolutely right. Let's do that piece of material from Rodney that I was talking about, and we'll be back in just a bit. So you also borrow a lot of stuff from already happening instances, like maybe urban settings or hip-hop settings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any of these instances where somebody says, you use my material, you can't use my material, and what would you do in that kind of an instance?
Okay, when I don't usually put myself in the situation where someone wants to come and say, you use my material and stuff like that. But like, when I see like something that is really, really good, like content that is really, really good, and I feel like I can replicate this kind of content in my own way, like I will put it out there, I'll create the content, but like I'll still have to give credit to the person.
Okay.
Like, this is the person that inspired me to make this kind of craft.
Okay, interesting. What about the other way around? Have you ever had people use your content that you didn't give permission for, and what do you do then?
Yeah, countless times. But like,
do you think that this makes you more popular, or do you frown at it?
Yeah, I don't frown at it, actually. I just take it as, wow, my content was so good that someone decided to copy it. Like that. But like most of the time, it's like my followers that even bring it to my attention.
Interesting, I can imagine.
But when I look at it, I just laugh and I'm like, yeah, carry on.
What's the best response you've gotten from an international audience? What's the biggest one? What's the one that you can look back and say, oh, that was a very exciting moment in my entire content creation history? Anybody from the international space? Who? Anything? What experience?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot. I think one was a video that I did, I think, last year. That video should be on around 8 million.
8 million views?
Yeah. It went far, I think, like to the US
nice
audience. And
with 8 million views, you should be making plenty of money now, innit? I mean, Rodney, I'm not saying skip school, but man, you've got quite the business going on right now, honestly. I mean, truthfully, if you ask me, hey, you're a great personality, great content creator, and I think you've got a very long way to go ahead of you, and it's bright. Tell you what, to award that, let's take you inside the kitchen and tell you what we have for you here. Titi has been making ready something very delicious with our chef. If you go that way, Titi, would you please help Rodney to a seat?
How's it going, Rodney?
Yeah.
All right, you take a seat right there. Nice one, really amazing. Chef Ife has put together a vegetable sandwich. Very, very specific ingredients in this one. We want you to taste it and tell us what you think.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's the toasted one and there's the untoasted one. What's your preference?
Yeah, anyone.
Anyone?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right, fantastic. So Rodney is an influencer. Let's see if we can influence you with this. Have a taste.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Chef Ife is on the edge of her seat. What do you think? Spicy?
No.
No? Not spicy?
It's
okay. What?
Calm.
It's calm.
Yeah.
Aha, okay, I like that. I think he's liking it.
Fresh.
Calm, fresh. The vegetables?
Yeah, it's really healthy.
All right, fantastic. Rodney has spoken.
Yeah.
You know, he gets paid to hype things, so he's trying to just calm down.
Abi?
We have had a great show today. Now, Mazina and Mike are on the couch. I'm wondering if they can pull off.
Don't wonder.
I shouldn't wonder. Why?
Bye-bye.
Hey, we've had a great show for a Thursday. We're looking forward to the end of the week tomorrow. So, hey, catch us then. Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Thank
See
you,
you
Rodney.
tomorrow.
All
Bye-bye.
right, then, everyone. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.